Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Two quick things. Mitie mi nyamo mo NDC. When it came to some of the issues, no maintenance cost, BOG. Hey, yeah, sister oil keke any time no. Shesika do ya use na. It was deliberate. It was to create an impression of serious abuse. But in Chechemunu ba no, not knowing, I didn't misuname not knowing fuel omo use nyina. We can go into whether the fuel is enough or is justified for a number of trips.
What's the fleet, the entire fleet of the Bank of
No, all these are legitimate. And when it's like doing an audit, we can check. But the point Okoe Boye wants to make is say, and your press release we anchor. NDC for catch Ghana and say, and your oil change anytime. And ask away. Oh, I listen to them. Sena, according to their categorization at BOG, all the fuel they buy is also part of maintenance. If that classification is not too appropriate, we can disagree. It's for them to decide. But me can be a statement we know on some platforms say, me call here some course be or abroche. Me let you know beside say what is culture. Now culture the obia why baba or school. First definition the way a group of people live. And to me so me can say papa no hwem say no serious. Or see organizational culture when to a culture is defined simply as this is how we do things here. And we a journalist now free despite group E now ko pure another media house. It's possible say sadina me baha mo mami house akoko no enye sa suban e no mo kita wo sa group no e be a hoye sandwich aha kose
are you indirectly telling them
oh say musumu dia mo ma studio no ha ni me ba
but kaka hu za uba hafia da wi akọ kitchen
bibia ni asema ye ka wo edi enu dey betu je kaka but culture know is that me can we now tell say Uko Bank of Ghana the way they label that item it includes fuel. If you person check it say that fuel is too much for the fleeter and you can audit and look at money and value for money, but the explanation at least is to let Yaji remember say this is what is happening. Now Nana, I'm seeing something recently. I'm not my worried kaka. And I know say Sebi because Sebi ebimu pe power no e adi o ma start here. Some of us should be careful so that we are not drawn into it. Ayenwu de ekoso. Obe wona edi taxes e wo portaba. Sheni ama dudu e wo mu. E like 50 items. Na adina ko say the aban we e na Sebi o buy wakosisa items line. But ebia fachem uko share 2016 and 2012. It's possible say it's the same items that are there. I hope you got what I'm saying. So trend analysis is important. Ushena won say oh send a sa na etia. And obe won say oh ene nipa no o tie mu no. Say I think I onya to me that ya. Oh yen hwe de o kan no yen ye bi mfiri mu. But e sad say obe hye obi a wa ye bi a deputy finance minister and a Jomama. Wa charge ye sa na mani nyina one kasa dot dodo. And now because all share to me no. Now wa be chira we ne document no. Uko di na chi na Sebi. Uko take decision bia. O china wan hwa na o di sa listen na ayede.
Ba obi so be catch say even though say na sa listen na kra na wo ho na ukoye o business or a port wa na nkosoro ti say ne. Oh
na misu ma yi na ma want to report. Nema akosoro. But my point is that who discuss here who di tutu wa ebuama nkomo no eye kama. But say ufa bakusa I say obi a waba ofia the Sebi o waba mot despite her now mo use to average 1,000 Ghana I to electricity 10 million na mo di to power and the manager now waba say the ogu company meanwhile over the past 10 years ebia in dollar terms if you convert it's the same amount you have used over 10 years immediately I won't trend you know what to be say okay you fan say sana that's the culture but who you so solar ni ABC be boama mo ayeden mo akomeni that kind of analysis no e boama e de nkoso any how do you call it positive change eden eba enye de all per manager ajiwo Father Dixon in 17 or draw see 10 million in share bida 10 million no is in a vacuum unfound linkage. Another item NDC for candidate India Emma Mikuma to air communication. You see, check communication budget. No, I'm journalist. press conference no baby. Sika yesi ere mamunie. The impression was created say the communication scanner yabono is only for press conference. You know, Sena forex exchange platforms are BOG using with international partners. Sena license for all the whether Microsoft all those things. Lin now the comms budget. Now me call health insurance send me ITD me strong sir. Me guys no be catch them say license be. Is it Microsoft? Scan you about $450,000. And I'm table to for over 2 months man sign.
Software.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see now software being the email keke way and 400,000 is too much. Now because fetch free other people competitors say mumbo me na you from see doctor. You are seeing now happen at this Okoe Boye. And the next time na be in them. Hey, now. So although actual communication if nyami unya botena okomwa e ono be say sanka Microsoft and normally they charge maybe $500,000. Now BOG pay to $2 million. And no dear utimika. Anaya. Inti mesre point a me ya no paya ni say ebi mo sheda ama sese yetimi tu ne magu wiem. Yenchemu.
And tin also opportunity no also chira wasem.
Oh, say why also for nti na o mam chance any bia na enya chance. Na middle round up no. Why the picketing? Look, the 1992 constitution who taking it for granted that be a mistake. Yeah, papa mo chiches our constitution and yeah perfect. And so solve almost every problem when it comes to the state machinery. Unze Kabila Kai say there is a channel you can use.
No, actually it's in the act.
Exactly. If you have a reckless,
section
very
28.
incompetent Amambofo governor, there is a path you can use. And I like the way the constitution puts it. Unze obi odi nukware no law no Ghana law sometimes I say Bible law I say suffer on the issue omu pe justice. The first item for removing an electoral commissioner which I learned applies to this. I think what is it? You first must establish a prima word
case.
and there are people who must establish it. Omomunye Okoe Boye ni Sami Jemfini the others. Omomunye politicians. They will look at the facts. Look at the law what it allows you. See your behavior and they can tell that on the face of it there is a case for you to answer. Then, even when they now go into the issue, they will give you the chance to explain. Say, you say, what breaking all rules? Who your member for? You. NDC, MIDI, are too forcing my senior brother.
I know the basic formula.
Case are too forcing. Now, I was a friend of the finance committee in parliament. Now, there have been several occasions at Martina Finance Committee. You have Fred Addison. I'm a wabet the whole finance committee and him. I answer questions from Adongo, Makesibe Bois, or the Yaye on BOG issues. Me carry the last one on the banking sector. Nyama BOG who ya omanya ushi banking BSD banking supervision department. Sena abra bank sibebre boy omuma yesika say na kabano. Sena they were seeing it at BOG in their report 2011 2012. So we asked this a question. Why did the bank look on until I said how does he see Yanko Yenim? When you talk then sometimes, you know, at the top, the constitution is sometimes our problem. The Bank of Ghana is appointed by a politician. So sometimes never because of BOG, although one independence, no, one shall not forces be weighty. So Addison told us that let's go for it. The point I make is that at two forces more money now, they have the tools at their disposal to call this man and answer questions. So say what is happening is that some of the things they could have done in parliament at the finance committee is being done on radio. And
once there's an auditor report, you don't need to invite him.
This
is an auditor report.
My point is that they have tools, that they have privileged opportunity. As MPs. Oh, Omuwo Akwanya Sronko as MPs, any finance committee members. Someone Addison. Now look, I'll say it here, and people will confirm. If you go into the banking world in Ghana and Africa, one of the gurus in banking, on your be on him left or right, is Addison. Some of the things Atumu care about, if they sit Addison in front of them, they should show his life on TV. You know because what? On your be on him left or right, Addison is not Obia Yedi politically, Yedi satire. No. Addison has his own record. Now, Sebi, sometimes Yedi Juma Mawa. So I buying what you know, now I buying Sinkia. It's your discretion to decide whether you look on as a central bank and not touch, or you come in to avoid a social crisis. That is what he has done. And it is for...
And in coming in, you do so with the records to Emrana establish
exactly.
So, say Addison a breaking emra. Yawa emra. You see, people quote the act, but the funny thing is that sometimes in quoting provisions of an act, it's not for the one quoting to say, based on my understanding, it is enough, you are guilty. The tools are there, if we are breaking the act, Parliament should trigger the process. Kabila has reminded us of the process. Trigger it. And you know, Charlotte say, former EC, how do you call it, bossy. Any public official, if we trigger it, we can get to the place. But I am convinced that Addison more or less is carrying a transferred liability. And Okoe Boye, I am again convinced that although there were issues that had to do with our own government, a lot of the liability we had to carry to a larger extent also was borne by this global crisis you go through. And in conclusion, Picket in India, I respect everyone who wants to show his mind, but they can be there for 100 years. Nkosiaga.
Okay.
The reason is very simple. Trigger the processes that can resolve. Omo taking the populist approach. Not Ghana phone say, hey, Addis Ikuye, and I'm over to my. If Ghana who na odria, Fabra, point na year this in free hona yun say wudi nukwari. And yes, wako Picket na sebi me body. Governors cry namu at 2 forces. Mudi omu ye juma before about we buy. Omu cry sebi omu nam free wa Ghana. Go and check out the things that happen at BOG. Sebi yes see hospital or area. Area no area places where they go. If really you want a hospital to build in Ghana, I bet impact on the health system. Do you put it at cantonments opposite clinic? There are places in this country where they have no referral hospital. And the super India a committee in a betche and yes enamiko Picket and all that. Addison is doing his best to support this government to stand. Now if Obi Free say we wabum raswa, Addison nyanyami onya above the law. Take him through the process. Let him also have his case. Na yenshe bia we are no nyame de yeba kodru. Midasi.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.